Hi folks, glad you could join me again. I'm Stephen Cronin. It's another watercolour demonstration. All done with the one brush today. This is just big hake brush, just bashing it in. It's like looking uphill in a meadow, up towards the sort of light horizon in the sky, and just playing with the lights and darks as the sort of hillside comes down right into the foreground. So I'll before we paint this one, quick word to all the patrons. Very much appreciate your support. If you get a chance to join me over at patreon.com/Stephen Cronin, very much appreciate. You'd be very welcome. So let me show you the colours I've used for this one before we go any further. So for this one I've used ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. I used the whole palette basically. They're all Cotman watercolours. Recently added some white gouache. I haven't used it. I haven't actually opened the what's it yet, but I'll be experimenting with that at some stage. I only used the rigger to sign the thing, put my name on. The whole painting's done with a large Ron Ranson hake. Right then, bit of water right up to the edges, and let's begin with ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey, burnt umber as well, just a nice mix of dark blues. Looking to establish some dark first before I go any further, because without the darks you can't get the lights. This is probably gonna take 3 or 4 washes, I think, to get the desired effects. So this would just be like what I'd call the first wash. A few darks in there. Let's pop a few lights. So I'm switching to the lighter colours now on the palette, pushing them up quite high rise, and I'm going right up there. Pushing these in, and I mean I'm going to play around with this quite a bit before it's anywhere near settled. Bit of crimson in there. Let's pop a bit of red. So I'd say that's the sort of first bit. So I'm going to do is, so I want quite a light sky area, and I'm going to end up doing this a few times. So I'm just creating the light in the sky now, the light that just comes from the horizon. I'm not worrying too much about paint dripping down, because I'm going to be doing several different washes. Now I've got some gouache. I bought some white gouache, but I just want to try it, just taking the paint off first, try that technique. So let's give that a quick dry. And that's just to hold some of the paint in place. It's not going to hold all of it in place, and so that I can re-wet it and then put more layers over the top of it. But I don't want to hold it completely. I want it to sort of loosen up. So I'm just re-wetting it with that Mr. spray there. Now again, I'm going to start off with a bit in the sky, bit of brown, bit of blue, bit of Payne's grey. I'm going to brush some of this in again. And each time I do it, I'm hopefully just trying to create some nice subtle effects. So I'll probably take a bit off again. Oh, there's some darker regions. Got this dark band that goes across the centre there. Cuts across there, something like that. A few darks down here. Hopefully it all makes sense in the end. Let's go back to the lights again. So I'll clean the brush, take the excess off on the tea towel, and let's get back into some of the lights. I'm thinking a bit of raw sienna in there, push that right up. Bit of lemon yellow. And let's push this into some of these dark sections as well. Clean the brush again, getting a bit dirty. And then just before I go any further, let's just pop a few more darks in. And each layer, it should become more and more effective as the layers go on, I think. Well, that's the plan anyway. Clean that brush, take the excess off on, and then take a bit more of this light out. Right. Let's pull that flat and then I'll dry it, fix what I've done, and then I'm gonna get the mist out again. Let's just fix what I've done. So slowly getting there. Let's just re-wet that all again. Give me some lights. Let's take a bit of that lemon yellow. Let's push that right up there. A little bit of raw sienna on there as well. And see what I've got this really thick, I've put it on in big enough dollops, although it's dry, as it starts to wet you do get some nice dollops. So basically you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the sort of dried paint, how I use it, but because I've put it big enough dollops on, it does go quite sticky, so you can also get that nice sticky effect, which I sort of crave more and more as I've been painting. I do envy the way sort of oil painters just can whack it on in big massive dollops. I know you can do that in watercolour. I need to experiment more with that, I think. A bit more water. Get this dark line across there. It's all about establishing the tonal values. And just keeping it just wet enough so you get those nice, everything just sort of nicely blend together. Don't know if I need to do anything more with the sky now. I'm fairly happy with that. Just give me some more lights. Blank bits. Just been dipping and dabbing my way around the palette. I want to go back to some lights again, so I'm just going to clean the brush. Blend these in a bit better. A few darks. Stick a few little bits of yellow amongst there. So I'll just pause that for a sec so I can go and have a look at it from afar. Yeah, I think I'm fairly happy with that. I think all I'm going to do now is quick dry. Okay, just make sure it's flat first. Quick dry. Right, just grab the rigger brush. I'm just going to sign it. I just need to get down to that bright red so I can be able to see. Just get some bright red on there. Let's just sign it down there. Right, let's stick a mount on that now and see what it looks like. So here's the finished paint in the mount. So if we go and have a closer look at it. So this painting was all about sort of creating that light from the sky and then having the light come down right into the foreground, and then lots of shadows. It's basically playing with the light and shadows on this meadow as it goes up the hill towards the horizon line. You see all the clouds in the distance. So the sky put in quite dark with the ultramarine and the Payne's grey, and then just taking it out with a dry brush to create this sort of cloudy sort of misty sky type of look. Coming down, we've got the sort of lights on the horizon line, sort of yellows and raw siennas, and then see that the sort of light area is restricted to sort of there and then across there and a bit over there, and then plenty of shadow then just to create this sort of dramatic contrast. Just kept constantly just watering, just get a sort of wash on, dry it, then re-wet it, and then put another wash on, and just building up and up in layers. Just trying to get it all not a nice blend together. Just a few dollops of paint splattered here and there. A few lights amongst the darks, bit of lemon yellow there, and bits of raw sienna and whatnot. All done with just the one brush, all just the large Ron Ranson hake. Very versatile brush, does wonders. A few more dollops of ultramarine, bit of lemon yellow, and then just sort of blending it all together back up to the horizon line. I was tempted to use the rigger and just try and flick a few trees in or something, but I thought no, I'll just leave it as it is for now. I think maybe do that in the next one. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks as always for watching. Do join me over at patreon.com/Stephen Cronin if you get the opportunity. There's over 200 videos on there that you can't see on YouTube, all exclusive to patrons. So until next time, keep practicing, and until next time, happy painting.